Welcome to my video. I will be showing you my innovative solution to install green roofs in downtown Tampa to reduce the urban heat island effect. The urban heat island effect is a phenomenon where urbanized areas experience greater temperatures than surrounding areas, mainly because of all the concrete and gray structures. Green roofs are composed of vegetative layers on the rooftop that helps lower the temperature of the surrounding air while also providing shade. This solution will be tackling 5 SDG, SDG number 7, number 9, 11, 13, and 15. As I mentioned before, my innovative solution is implementing green roofs to reduce the urban heat island effect in Tampa. I believe installing green roofs in downtown Tampa can help reduce surrounding temperature, reduce energy consumption, enhance biodiversity, and mitigate climate change on a global scale. Now moving on to the implementation plan, I believe there are 8 steps to implement green roofs at a local level in downtown Tampa. The first one being preliminary assessment and feasibility study, second being design and planning, third resource mobilization, fourth pilot installation, fifth full-scale implementation, sixth monitoring and evaluation, 7 public awareness and education, and 8 long-term maintenance and scaling. Now this project could take 2 to 4 years depending on numerous factors, depending on availability of resources, of climate conditions, and all different challenges that we'll talk about a little later in the video. With this project, we expect to reduce the urban heat island effect in Tampa. We are expecting also to cool down buildings, to enhance biodiversity, and we know that Florida has a brilliant biodiversity and we're trying to bring this back. We are expecting to reduce energy consumption, to have a better public perception of green roofs and sustainable initiatives in Florida and in Tampa, to influence other cities, communities, or countries, and on a more global scale to mitigate climate change. Now, how are we going to measure this? There are different means that we can use. There's primary and secondary data collection that we can use. Primary, like temperature sensors and infrared thermometers or portable weather stations. Secondary data collection would be using GIS and satellite imagery, and then analyzing data with NVMET software, which is a 3-dimensional really complex software, and SPSS, which is statistical software, where we can analyze those data and realize if green roofs have an actual impact on temperature reduction. Now, there are a lot of stakeholders in this project, but the key actors, obviously, local government and policymaker, urban planners and architects, property owners and developers, environmental organizations and NGOs, researchers and academics, landscape designer and contractors, utility companies and energy providers, community members and advocacy groups, as well as financial institutions and grant providers. To implement our project, we need a lot of resources. We need obviously a lot of financial resources, but we also need technical expertise. We need materials and equipment. We also really need policy and regulatory support, as well as community engagement awareness, a monitoring and evaluation system, as well as time and workforce. Now, there are a lot of challenges that we might be facing. Obviously, there's financial constraint. If we don't have enough technical expertise, and we have a lack of technical expertise, if we have regulatory barriers or policy barriers or government barriers, if we have a structural limitation of existing building, if the buildings can't have green roofs, there's obviously climate and environmental challenges. We know that climate is a huge factor of green roof success. We could face public resistance, or there could be lack of awareness. We could have maintenance challenges. We could have issues with monitoring or evaluation issues. There's a possibility to have a supply chain, a material availability issue, and there's obviously a concern in long-term sustainability, or at least a need for long-term sustainability adaptation to be taken care of. Finally, I'm going to talk briefly about the SDG that this solution tackles. So the first one is SDG number 7, affordable and clean energy. Green roofs would reduce energy consumption in buildings by providing natural insulation, leading to lower cooling needs, and by lowering energy demand, the project indirectly supports the transition to more sustainable energy systems. Now, SDG number 9, industry, innovation, and infrastructure. The project will employ innovative urban planning techniques and green infrastructure solutions. And by incorporating technology like GIS or LiDAR for planning and monitoring, the initiative advances also urban innovation. The next one is SDG number 11, sustainable cities and communities. Green roofs enhance urban sustainability by reducing the UHI and thereby improving livability and thermal comfort for residents. But they also contribute to creating greener urban spaces, enhancing aesthetic appeal and promoting public well-being. And by incorporating sustainable designs into urban planning, the project also supports efforts to make Tampa a model for climate resilient city. The next one is SDG number 13, climate action. Obviously, climate action is probably one of the most important, and green roofs help mitigate climate change effects by reducing energy demand for cooling, decreasing thereby greenhouse gas emission. This project also fosters urban climate adaptation by improving microclimates, counteracting the impact of extreme heat and managing stormwater runoff. And it also contributes to global climate goals by inspiring similar projects in other cities, countries. The last one is SDG number 15, life on land. The addition of green roofs increase biodiversity by providing habitats for insects, birds, and other wildlife in urban settings that have been unfortunately destroyed with the urbanization of Tampa and other cities worldwide. It also contributes to soil retention and water regulation, enhancing ecosystem services within the city. That sums up my video about my innovative solution at a local level, and I thank you for watching.